Right, here's Venom 2099, and this video is to quickly touch up on something that I wanted to show. Basically, I've had this video uploaded a few times and posted on the forums for F1 2015, where at first I was trying to convey that perhaps the AI was being a little bit too aggressive and causing accidents in the game. And there were people that basically said that it was my fault, that I was slamming the door on the AI and that's what causes the accident. So I'm here to show and explain now, because I tried to let the video explain itself, and even though I explained it in the video, people are still saying that I still managed to see that it's me that's slamming the door. So we're gonna slow down today. I'm gonna show you a little bit more detail of the video of me racing. And so we're gonna let it play in real time here, and this is the first turn. I take it right, and now mind you, I'm playing on a gamepad. Again, I want to reiterate, I'm playing on the gamepad, so my controls are not as smooth as with the steering wheel, although I do try to keep them as tight as possible. I don't erratically move the joystick left and right. This isn't my first Formula 1 game. I know you have to be precise with the joystick. So, okay, so here we're nearing the part of the track where the accident will happen. So I'm going to try and slow it down a little bit, just a little bit. And again, I'm going to try and slow this down. Okay, so here we're going to go. So this turn, I believe, 9 and 10. On the racetrack, so I kind of overshot this a little bit. I went a little bit in too fast, and I think I lost some speed here, which will cause the AI to catch up to me a lot faster than I anticipated. And because of this fact, at this point, I was trying to decide how I was going to approach this. This is not the first time I've actually done this. In this video, this is one time I show, but I had actually tried a few dozen times in this section to keep the AI from hitting into me, and every time I tried a different method, it would never work. The AI would always slam me, whether I take it on the inside, or later on, just before you turn 11. If you try to hold the outside, it will try to pass you on the outside, hit the wall, and slam into you. Now, in this case, the AI is going to catch up to me before I get to that part. And so I'm going to notice this because I see in my rear view mirrors that it's already catching up to me. And just as I'm going to pass this Fly Emirates banner, I'm going to take a look back and see that it's actually catching up really quick to me. So what do I do? Well, let's see what I do here. So see here, I'm turning into the line. I'm not slamming the door on it. At this point, the AI is way far enough. It's at least 30 feet from me, so I can do this at this point. It's not next to me. It's not doing anything I'm not doing anything that's going to endanger the race or for either of us. I'm just simply turning into the curve at this point. Okay, so this is not me slamming the door on the AI. This is me trying to get into the curve. Now, at this point, again, I'm going to take a look back, and I'm going to see the AI is coming straight towards me at a great pace. So I have two choices here. I can either close the gap toward on the racing line even more and go completely left and hold my line there, and hopefully the AI is going to pass me on the outside. But I know this isn't going to work because I've done it before. It's going to slam right into me. So here I'm going to decide to do my best option is to keep this white line, this double white line over here where my nose is. I'm going to try and keep this line. And hopefully the AI has enough space on the inside to pass me, and we will keep going on our merry way. We can keep racing this way. But this is where the first mistakes happen, because the problem here, what I was trying to explain, is not necessarily. It's not that the game has a well, yeah, the game does have a problem in this situation. The AI is too aggressive, and the slipstreaming effect is too overpowered. So the AI comes onto the user's car way too fast for it to react properly in this given situation. Now here we're going to see. Now here I look back. See, I took a look back on my opponent, and I determined that he was actually coming in really fast towards me. So here I'm not. Once I see that he's coming into me, I'm not gonna try and close the door on him. I'm gonna let him try to pass me because I'm seeing he's coming. He's more on the inside. He's coming on the inside of the track at this point. So I'm thinking he's gonna pass me on the inside. So I try to keep this line. I'm not trying to block him or anything. I'm just doing small little adjustments on my steering wheel. You can see my steering wheel is barely moving, barely angled at this point. See, it's angled so that I can keep turning with the track, not so that I can close the door on the AI. So we're gonna keep going and see my steering wheel is pretty straight. And it was, look, as you can see, the steering wheel is straight when it hits me and knocks me off the track. So I'm not slamming the door on him. I know, but some people are doubting that. Some people are still going to say that I slammed the door. So fine. So we're going to go a little bit more ahead here. Okay. We're going to go ahead. We're going to see. Okay, this angle is pretty good where it shows now here. In this angle, let me pull back a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to check a look at this angle quickly. Okay. So now the AI, I think we're going to let it go a little bit more ahead because the fence is in the way. Come on. All right, so here we can see that the AI has more than enough space to pass me on the inside, and my car is basically angled to continue on the white line. Maybe a little bit, you could say it's a little bit, but I'm not turning into it. I'm just trying to keep my racing line. And then here we start to see the AI, since it was coming at a faster clip than me, it actually had enough speed to pass me on the inside and continue going. But for whatever reason, the AI decides it's not going to try this at this point, and it's just going to turn towards the outside, and then it hits me. Now, when it hits me, obviously what's going to happen is my car is going to start skidding towards the inside of the curve. That's not me slamming the door. If that's what people are using, the developer or the people in the forum is using to claim that I'm slamming the door, this is the AI hitting me. This is not me turning. I mean, I've shown, I can go back and show the steering wheel again, and it's in a straight line. I'm not even doing anything until at this point when I know that my car is gonna hit the wall on the inside. I slam the steering wheel towards the right to try and keep steady, to try and right my car, which is not gonna happen, by the way, for whatever reason. But the eye can. The eye starts turning, starts spinning, and then it keeps going on its merry way. So that's one angle. Now we're gonna try to show you the high cam. There we go. Okay, so here we go. We have the AI point of view here. That's my car. That's not what I want to show. Come on. Here we go. Here we got the AI. Okay, so here's the AI's point of view. Now, let's take a look at the distance. I want you to take particular note in the distance from my car to the inside of the curb, and the AI car to the inside position to my car. It should have more than enough space, and more than enough speed to pass me on the inside and continue going. But it doesn't choose to do this. And this is what I was trying to argue. Okay, and now if you take a look at my car, if you pay attention to my car, you'll notice that my steering wheel, my wheels are not turning towards the inside at any time. They're just straight. They're completely straight. I'm just making minute adjustments to my racing line so that I do not go to the outside and lose time, because I'm racing here. I'm trying to let the AI pass me, but I'm also racing, and I don't want to go so wide off the track that I'm going to lose precious seconds and deviate from my racing line. I'm trying to keep as close as possible to my racing line while at the same time allowing the AI to pass me. It's at this point that the AI, I am going straight. My steering wheel is still straight. My tires are still straight. I am not closing the door on it. I'm simply keeping the race line. And here the AI decides to turn for whatever reason and try to, and it hits me. There we go. And this is what I'm trying to explain. And I keep trying to explain, and I've shown this video several times already, and people keep saying, well, you obviously slammed the door. And this is a problem with the community, and where somebody comes in with a problem like this, and instead of trying to help the person and trying to come up with a solution that makes sense, oh, well, you obviously suck, get good, scrub. This is a common occurrence now in the community, and what's sad is that not only the users that are saying this to the users, because hey, when you have somebody else and you want to feel good about yourself, what's the obvious way to do it? Well, you make him seem like a fool, right? You make him look bad so that you can be good. Oh, I'm the expert here. I know what I'm doing. You just get good. But it's not only the user that's doing this, but the developers as well. And that's even more sad. When the developer comes into a forum where you're looking for help from them and their response is basically get good scrub, that to me says a lot about the people who are making this game. And it's a sad state in the industry. And it's not just Codemaster, but a lot of developers do this, where instead of when you come with a problem, they tell you to, post a clip of your problem and we'll try to help you. And then what do you get in return is get good? Really? Is that what we've come down to? Is this what the kind of help that we want? You want people to buy your game afterwards? How are people going to be wanting to buy your game if your response to somebody who has problem is get good? That doesn't make sense. All right. So anyways, I don't want to get into that right now, but I just wanted to show my side of the story. I've shown it a couple of times already, and people keep insisting that it's my fault. So now I'm going to prove without a doubt it's not my fault. I did not slam the door on DI. I just try to keep the race line in this case. My car is perfectly straight. We are in a curve. So obviously the angles of the cars are going to change, okay, depending on the curve. This does not mean that I slammed the door on the AI. The AI should know in a racing game where the cars go at 300 kilometers per hour that you need to have a certain distance in order to react. When it's within inches of you in order to react, then the problem is not with the user. The problem is with the AI. The problem is with how the game is made. You should probably not overpower the slipstreaming if you're going to give the AI inches only to make decisions around its opponents. If that's the case, then maybe A, either tone down the slipstreaming, or B, give the AI a much wider radius of awareness so that in the cases of this, it should have decided way before. I mean, it should have decided maybe at this point it would be the last resort where it decides I'm going to pass or I'm not going to, or I'm going to hold off. Not decide when it's inches away I can't do anything on the inside, so I'm going to go to the outside, but I'm already on top. He's already on top of me when it decides that. He's already on top of me. That's way too late in this car, in a game where cars are going this fast. It's too late. So again, how is that my fault? How is it my fault that I'm trying to keep the line and VI cannot decide what it wants to do, and then at the last possible second, when it's already on top of me, it decides I can't go to the inside, I'm going to go to the outside, and then it hits me. So that's what I wanted to show, and that's what I wanted to explain. I hope people finally understand my point of view. I'm not slamming the game. I'm not saying that it's a piece of crap and anything, but I do think that the game needs a little bit of adjustment. It needs a little bit of fixing. These kind of occurrences can't happen. Why? And the only way it doesn't happen is now on my current race, I have to race with a Williams, who is one of the top cars, and this doesn't happen to me anymore. Why? Because the car is in part of the top tier of cars, and the other cars can't catch up to me, so they can't do this to me. Except in certain occasions, like the not the McLaren, but the Mercedes and the Ferrari, when they're slipstreaming, they'll catch up. But it's not the same situation because my car now has enough power to actually keep them at bay. But in this situation, I'm being hurt for my choice of car because, hey, I like the McLaren. I wanted to race with it when I started. And I know it's underpowered, but there's no reason why this should happen with such alarming occurrences. I mean, it always happens. You pick one of the lower end cars, you're always going to get rammed into, unless you drive stupidly. In what racing game are you going to drive outside of your racing line? That just doesn't happen. It doesn't make sense. I don't drive a Formula One game to not drive on the racing line. Who would do that? This isn't a rally game. This isn't Need for Speed. This is a Formula One game. You have to keep your racing line in order to get the best time. If I have to drive on the outside of the racing line, then I don't have the best time possible. And that just doesn't make sense to me in a Formula One game. I mean, again, this isn't my first Formula One game. I've played them before. Never have I had this problem. Previous Codemaster Formula One games, I could always keep my line. Even on the underpowered car, I could keep my line. The AI would either go around me or wait until a proper time to pass me on a straightaway, not on a curve like this. And then right on top of me, on top of it. Like that just doesn't make sense to me. And it's still a problem now after the second patch. So again, I just wanted to show my situation, even though I've shown it before, and people just keep misconstruing the facts. So this is the last time I want to do this. I've clearly shown that the error wasn't on my side. I tried to keep it to be safe, tried to play it safe, and let the AI pass me on the inside, and it didn't feel like it, because it was coming way too fast on my car because of A, the aggressiveness, and B, the fact that the slipstreaming is overpowered. So there you go. You can see it any way you want. If you still want to see that it's my fault, then fine. I'm not even going to bother anymore, but I've proven it to myself at least, because I was having a hard time with people giving me this kind of feedback where it was my fault, and I looked at the video many times trying to look for something in my error, because if it's my mistake, then I will say it's my mistake. But in this case, it wasn't my mistake. It was the AI, it was the game's mistake. And I believe that's something that should be fixed. So there you have it. So thank you for watching. And I hope we can have a healthy discussion on the forums.